I thought you were supposed to have this dialed in.
There it is.
Ah, is that what he just run?
That's what he just ran.
Okay. All right, what this is, if you'll look at this, what this is from the start of the lap, start-finish line, right back to the start-finish line. Okay? That's one lap. Okay?
Let's use that screen there. Yeah, that'd be good.
Oh, okay, you got it up on this one too. That right there is one lap. That's from start-finish line to start-finish line right here. Okay, what the problem we're having, I thought AC/DC was going to start playing there for a minute. I've seen a guitar. The problem we're having now is, you see right here, his front end's not tied down enough. On the straightaway, he's fine, even though it's lifting up a little higher than I'd like. But when he's in the corners, that left front's not sinking down as much as I'd like. I'd like these lines right here to be drawn a little closer together. Now this one's actually gotten better because you'll see where he's hitting those bumps. You see right here, this is the racetrack. Right there is where the splitter's coming down in those bumps, and right there on top of the racetrack. So, and it's not moving too awful much. This right here needs to be tied down just a hair better because that is your straightaway right there. Okay?
And that particular line is the middle front of the front splitter.
Right, the very center of your front splitter, which actually it's the center of the front splitter, but that whole range right there of what the splitter's doing is this line right here. So when you're going in the straightaway, he's right there in the corner where it squats. That's doing good as far as the center of the front splitter. But when he comes off the corner, that front end's coming up a little bit. This right here needs to be about right here. Okay? And then this is one of those bumps right there in 3 and 4, probably. Yeah, I would say that's right in the middle of 3 and 4 where he's down there on the bottom hitting that bump.
What I can do is I can drag the mouse here, and if you see the little red dot in the bottom right-hand corner, you can see where he is in the corner, so you can see that bump
Yep, you
coming
can
out
see,
of 3 and 4.
Exactly right. Yeah.
He's going to show us which lines belong to which now that we've got this on the screen
Right.
here.
This one right here is the center of your front splitter. Okay? The two lines right here is the side rail behind your right and left front tire. Okay? That is front left and front right, which is your side rails. These two right here are your rear, in front of your rear tires, the side rails in front of your rear tires. Okay? So when they're going in the corners, that front splitter, the center of it's doing good. Okay? But what's happening is the right front side rail is sinking, the left front side rail is staying propped up. So the car is not wanting to go in and be the same amount of track on the banking. It's wanting to go in and flatten out. So you're bringing that air up underneath that left front splitter. See what I'm saying? So that's what we need. When you're looking at this, if you get telemetry and you're looking at this, the more you can get these lines to sync together, the more you've got that thing sucked down to the racetrack all the way around. Yes, sir. Exactly right. Yep, exactly right. Right across the top here, you'll see where it says overview, ride heights, marbles, suspension, those tabs right across the top, right up there. All those tabs. The one I'll be on most is the second one, the ride height tab. Okay, do me a favor, click on that, give me the overview, the first tab. Now, this is the overview. Remember I was telling you about the marbles? How you put a marble in the center of the car? When you go into the corners, what happens to that marble? That's what that is right there. When you go into the center of the corner, the weight of that car does this number right here. That's that weight going up to that right front tire. See how it digs when it goes into the corner? Right there. The best you can do, sometimes there's no way you're going to be able to keep, unless you're on a super speedway, you're on a bumpy racetrack like a mile and a half, you're going to have this. That's actually not bad at all right there. For a mile and a half, that weight's only shifting about a half an inch, a little over a half an inch. That's not bad. That's the reason why he's telling me, man, this thing's comfortable. I just need a little more rotation. The balance of the car is great. You can tell that by that right there. All right, what this is right here is cambers. See how flat it is across the tire? Right there? That's because the heat of the tire is, every bit of that right front tire is on the racetrack. See how the cambers are doing? The camber on his right rear, he's actually a little over cambered on the right rear, but that's not that bad a thing because we need the rotation from it. So the right rear is not that bad. He's actually pretty good with his right rear. With this one, it's hard to see the left side of this, but you can see where the right side, this inside tire camber now, is a little off probably. See how low that is compared to where this is? How low that is, how high this is? So we may need to take a little camber back out of it now that we've made those spring changes. So basically that's what the telemetry is doing for you. Okay, so without him telling me what the car is doing, if we were sitting in there, I would just say go out there and play a minute, give me a few minutes. I'd look at his lap with his telemetry and I'd make changes, say, okay, now go try that. So he wouldn't have to actually tell me what it's feeling like until we got in deeper into it. All right, bring it back up if you want to. You can put him back in there. Oh, Lord, we're going to have a mess now. Russia's going to attack. Okay, bring my garage back up, Ray. All right. Now we're setting at 60 with 134, and the only thing you said you needed was more rotation, right, Ray?
Yep.
Okay, did you hear the splitter hit any at all? Anywhere on the racetrack?
The big bump in turn
In
4.
3 and 4. Was it bad?
I didn't think it upset the car that much. I think
Okay.
it's probably better for the rest of the lap, you know?
Yeah, okay. Take me down to the bottom. Let me see the bottom of the garage here. There you go. Okay, we want more rotation. All right, I'll tell you what I want you to do. All right, he likes a little bit looser race car. I'm going to do something that's a little bit against the grain here. I'm going to try to give him a little bit more rotation by giving him more grip on the right rear. Okay? And I actually learned this from Blake. We were talking a lot about this. I got this from Blake Cook, and he said 9 times out of 10 when they were loose or tight off, they would drop that right rear spring because it squats and gives them more rotation in the right rear. So what I want you to do is go to a 550 on that right rear spring. Reset the ride height back up to where it was. There you go.
Do you know what it was?
Yep, right there. Go back up into it till it's flashing. Keep it going back up.
Okay.
I want that spoiler up in the air. Keep on going. Right there. That's close. No, come down 1 click. Come down 1 click. Right there. Okay. Now, what I want you to do is take that left front or that left rear track bar to a 6.5. And bring that right rear track bar to a 9. All right. All I've done now, look at his rear preload. I've made his rear preload a negative 0.1. I've made that rear preload with that rear end as neutral as I can possibly get it. Okay. But what I've done is hopefully I've helped him with speed by dropping that right rear out of the air a little bit. I've helped him with loose off by giving him a little bit more right rear grip. And I've helped him with a little bit of a snug feeling he's probably getting. He likes his cars looser probably than I do too. By bringing those rear track bars up, it's going to take a little pressure off of those rear tires. So go give me 3 or 4 laps and see what it feels like to you, Ray. Now while he's doing this, are y'all kind of with me here? Are you understanding as far as what he's telling me the car's doing as to what the changes we're making? You kind of understanding the progression here? Because this is the first time actually we've done anything to the rear end. We've just sat and worked on that front end the whole time. Because that front end, getting that splitter where it needs to be, getting those front springs helping that car turn is really important. No, you're talking about unhooking it? Right. No, but
Can you repeat the
it didn't
question?
matter.
Can you repeat the question? We didn't.
Yeah, he said what he's asked me. He said when I changed that right rear spring and brought that rear ride height back up, why didn't I check the front ride heights? Because I've just been doing this for so long. Basically, I know what's going to happen to them. But when you've only changed the right rear spring and you bring the right rear ride height back up to where it was, when you brought that right rear spring down, it brought the front ride height down. So when you brought that right rear ride height back up, it just brought everything back with it. So you're only changing the corner that you actually changed the spring. So it brought everything back to where it was within range of where it was a while ago. All right, talk to me, Ray. What's it doing?
I think it got worse. It's tighter on throttle.
Okay.
It's tighter on exit. I mean, it's still
balanced. It's just
still
got
pretty
tight.
balanced. I just needed to go faster through the turn.
Okay, so you need more support in that right rear then. So that right rear grip is not what you needed. Okay,
No,
that's fine.
I needed to rotate the rear end.
All right, then let's go back and take that right rear spring.
All right.
Bring it down. Take that right rear spring to a 650.
Right.
All right, let's try that rotation. Bring your right hat back down just under where it's. All right, one more time. Right there.
Okay.
All right, now go try that.
All right.
Now what I'm doing with him now, there's two different types of rotation you can get off of the car. Okay, I can give him more rotation out of the right rear, which will support the center some. And I'm gonna give him this one to see how it feels. If this is not giving him that feeling he's looking for, I'm gonna take that right rear spring back down to probably a 600 or a 550 to where it was. And then I'm gonna drop that left rear spring. And if he keeps telling me it won't turn, I'm gonna put that left rear spring to 300, and when he spins out, I say, okay, it's turning. So then I'll just have to back it up to him, because I have that problem. There's a lot of times that I'll get Jared or Chad or some of those guys that'll say, man, the thing just won't turn. All right, I'll make it turn. And then when they can't keep it on the thing because the thing spins out, I say, well, you wanted it to turn. And then they get a little bit more, okay, well, maybe I just need to do it a little different. So there's two ways of getting rotation. And it just all depends on the driver as to whether you want right rear rotation or left rear rotation. And that's either dropping the left rear spring or bringing the right rear spring up.
It's rotating more for sure, but I'm not going any faster. It's now losing speed. Center off.
All right. Then I know what's doing that then, because it's not giving you any more speed, but it's feeling better to you, correct?
Up to a point. Hold on. It's getting to the point where it's probably just too loose and it's a waste of time because it's just losing speed.
Right, because you're having to pedal it too much.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I tell you what, take me back down to a 600 on that right rear spring.
Okay.
Because we've tried the 550, you didn't like it. We tried the 650, it's too much. Take me back down to a 600, fix that ride height. That's, no, one down.
Okay.
There you go. Now, take that left rear. See, we're at 450 now. Take that left rear to a 400. All right, now bring that ride height back up. Now, if you'll notice, when you guys make these changes, if you make that right rear change, one more time, right there.
Yeah.
That's where I want it, right there. Go try that. When you guys make these changes, when you change that right rear, you'll only have to click maybe once, twice at the most to get that right rear ride height back where it is. It's a minor change. When you change that left rear, but it'll drop that left rear down to all over the place. You'll have to make 5 or 6 clicks to bring it up. It's more of a major change changing that left rear. So the degree of what he's wanting depends on the change I'm wanting to make for him. Because that right rear spring going up is a whole lot minor of a change of that left rear spring coming down. So now what I'm looking for is just to get that feel he wants. And it'll be a good thing now when we get to where we run in this setup later. If this setup is too much for a lot of you, we can bring this setup back down a little bit, because I'm telling you, if I got in there and run it, I probably couldn't keep it on the racetrack. Because him, Tyler, Jared, those guys, they love these things just to be sliding off the corners. Love these things loose, but they're fast. I just can't do it. All right, talk to me. What's it doing?
It's definitely rotating more, but I'm running the same times.
Okay, so you're still still having the trouble.
It's not out of control. It's actually manageable.
Okay.
It's a little tight on entry, actually.
Okay. All right. So now the rotation the speed can actually be. You notice the last couple of times he said, "Okay, now it's rotating the way I want it, but I'm not getting any faster." Remember, I told you earlier. Now was to get his handling right. Right. Now we wanted to get him to okay, the car is feeling the way I want to, but I can't get no more speed out of it. Now's where we need to get the aero to work. Okay? So what I want you to do is bring me to the garage, take me to the chassis. Let's, you want that? Tell you what I want to do. I want to bring, before I make any spring changes, I want you to bring that right front bump stop to a 2. I want you to take that left front bump stop packer down to a -6, 6.3, I believe it is, right there. All right, go try that. Okay, what I've done now is I'm bringing that right front down into the track a little bit more and allowing that left front to travel a little bit more to try to give him a little bit more aero speed. Now, what I'm trying to do now is zero in that front splitter to get that front splitter on the ground. Because now that he's got the handling that's pretty close to where he likes it, now we got to find him that speed he's needing. Car looks good. See, he likes that, man. That just scares me to death. Did you find speed?
Yeah, a little bit. It feels pretty good. Probably a little give me a minute.
See, that's a good sign. If he has to sit there and ride that thing for 3 or 4 laps and then think about what he needs, I'm getting close. If he can't just start popping off, okay, it's doing this, then I know I'm getting close to something that he could actually be comfortable with going out there and racing.
It's a little too snug center off in 1.
Okay? That flat corner.
Yeah, same in 3. It's kind of a little bit tight in the center and off.
Okay, that's good. So you're the same thing off of 1 and 2 that you are 3 and 4, correct?
Yep.
All right, we're just down to minor changes now. Bring that garage up. All right. All right, let me ask you this. Are you hitting the splitter now that we've changed those bump stops and stuff?
I
It's
don't
still
think...
it's not bothering you though, right?
No, it's
okay.
not upsetting the car.
Okay. All right, I tell you, I've got now with this, I've got several choices. I can bring up the right rear track bar, but that's going to lose. If I've got him comfortable, but it just needs just that tweak to get him off the corner a little better, that track bar is going to lose him grip over the course of a run. If there's any way I can keep those track bars giving him rear grip, I'm gonna keep that. And you're telling me that it's feeling balanced, right?
Yeah, well, it's a little snug.
You're right, but the car, as far as the weight transfer, you're balanced. You're just needing a tick more rotation, right?
Yep.
Put that 40 tape on it.
Okay.
Okay. We're looking at 58.7. All right, 50.2 on the nose weight. Bring that front nose weight back to a 1.
The ballast.
Yep, the front ballast. Yep, bring it back to a 1.
Oh, 1.
Yeah, put it on a 1. I don't want to make too drastic a change. Okay, that's going to bring that, all right, that's got the ride heights where I want them. Pull it down, let me see the rear ride heights. All right, take that left rear spring perch. You see where it says 797 on that ride height? Take it up one click. I'm going to add right there. Okay, what I'm doing now is I'm actually adding a little bit of cross weight. Okay, because he's just a tick snug. So what I'm going to try to do now is bring that line, that red line up here that you've seen on there, I'm going to try to bring it down a little bit by adding some cross weight. I'm going to try to tie that left front down just a little bit better for him because he's not needing something major now. So go out there and try that one, Ray.
Okay. Do you want me to run telemetry over all of these?
I don't care. You don't have to.
Okay.
It's running already.
Yeah, I think it is. I don't think he ever turned it off.
Oh, no, it's off.
Oh,
Yeah,
is it?
pull down on that left toggle.
Okay, there.
There you go.
Hey, David, when do you start working on tire pressures?
Like I said at the other class, my tire pressures I'll usually bring up on the left side. That's usually I'll bring them up and then keep them the way we've got them now with about an 8 to 10 pound split. Now, when the car is feeling exactly the way Ray says, okay, I like this way this car feels. I can go race this car. Now I'm going to tell him, okay, I want 15 laps out of you. Okay, go run me 15 laps. Let me see what my hot tire pressures are. Let me see what my cambers are. Now let me set it up for the long run. That's when I'll start working on tire pressures. Then I'll start dropping a pound here, raising a pound there, so that when he's run 15, 20 laps, those hot pressures are building up to be the same equally. So over the course of the run, he's got that same amount of stagger in the right to left side. That's when I'll usually start working on tire pressures, is when I'm working on long run speed.
That was better for sure.
Huh?
That was better. A lot.
So now you're doing better?
Yeah, it's just getting loose on exit now.
Okay.
I'll run a few more laps though.
Okay. I got it to turn. But he get hit. But see, now that we stopped kind of working on his handling so much as we started finding speed a while ago, getting that splitter sealed off. Now he's telling me, okay, now the thing's flying. But now I'm just a little scary coming off the corners. So now we got to go back and keep the speed and find his handling back again, which is usually the process. The process I usually go through is just getting the car to handle, because without the handling at the start, it doesn't matter how fast you go. If you can't drive the thing, it doesn't matter. So then once you find the handling, now you can start finding speed, getting that splitter on the ground. Then once you usually find the speed, that's going to affect your handling. So now you're right back to going where you were again. Okay, now I need to make some minor tweaks to get the car to feel comfortable again. All right, talk to me, Ray.
I needed to turn better on entry.
So your exit's fixed. It's better, right?
The exit, I think the exit's loose, but I think the entry would fix it.
Okay, so you're tight on entry, correct?
Yeah.
All right, bring my garage up here. Okay, so I want to fix a minor tight on entry that will...
Yeah, I've got probably too much wheel in it, and it's snapping on exit.
Right. So you're having to give... Okay, so you're needing it to turn more mechanically than you are physically, correct? Okay, I got you. Tell you what I want you to do. Drop the right front packer down to a negative 6.3. Right there. All right, go try that. See, now we're making just very minor changes one at a time. Okay? What that right there is going to do is allow that front end to dig a little bit as he goes on entry. It's going to allow it to drop a little bit more. It's going to allow it to be able to go in and set down a little quicker, because now the bump stop's a little bit lower on the shock shaft. Now, sometimes this can be a major adjustment, but it really all depends on what a lot of the other things are doing as to how big of an adjustment that little packer adjustment is. So it's a kind of a guess at times. Better? Not enough.
I think I need 2 or 3 laps.
Okay. Well, hurry up.
Trying.
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, when he can't just start complaining about the car, I'm happy. Yeah, when I'm trying to help the guys, or when we're working on setups, and I give them setups to make, if they're quiet for a while, I say, okay, all right, we're getting something here. Because they're out there running, making 20-lap runs, and they ain't saying nothing.
I feel like the right front is washing up the track more on exit now.
Okay. All right, I've took some of the support out of it, so that's where that's coming
Hold
from.
on.
How did it do your entry?
That might have just been me that lap. Hold on. Yeah, it's definitely, I think it's actually hitting now.
Okay, all right, well, that's what we're looking for. That right there is actually what I've been looking for all along. That's why I keep asking him, are you hitting the splitter yet? Are you hitting the splitter yet? So that's why I wanted to get him, is to get, okay, now I'm hitting the splitter. All right, now I know I need to back that up just a hair. All right, so bring that packer back up that one click. Okay, so instead of doing it with the right front, what I'm going to do is do it with the left front. Take that left front down one click. All right, that's one. Now I'm going to drop that left front down. Now let's see if we can get him to go through the corner a little better on his entry and his exit with dropping that left front. Run that a couple laps, Ray. How much time we got? Where's the sign good?
Yeah, we were going to go till 3:15 if that's all right, guys. That'll give us a 15-minute break before the next session.
Yeah, what time is it?
So we got 10 minutes.
Okay. Well, we'll see if we can get, when did we start? 2 to an hour and 15? So hour and 15 minutes, and we are close to having, a DWC champion ready to race. So, yeah, well, that's true. Yeah, what I've done with that change is I tried to take a little bit of that support out of that left front so that when it's going through the corner, it's not pushing up against the right front. It's take a little support out of it so that that left front will grab a little harder. It's a minor change, so it may not be enough, but you've got to try it a little at a time. All right, talk to me, Ray.
I think I messed up that lap. But it definitely, it turns a lot better on entry. It's more responsive.
Okay.
Wants to turn to the garage almost. Not in a bad way.
Okay, so that's in a good way then. And see, turn to the garage is bad to me. If it's turning to the garage, I got to fix something.
Yeah, I'm actually, now I'm getting snapped loose almost all the way off the corner onto the straightaway.
All right, bring that garage up. All right, bring my chassis up when you get to the garage. Go down to the bottom. Left rear rebound, 32. Oh, I'm sorry, right rear rebound. Not the left rear. Ooh, God, no. Right rear rebound, 32. Okay, now one thing. Bring your right rear bump down to a 25. All right, try that. All right, what I'm trying to do now is stable up his entry to where it's still loose on entry, but it's going to make him hopefully feel a little more comfortable. And by dropping that right rear bump, I'm allowing him to use a little more of that right rear spring. I'm allowing him to use a little more travel in that right rear spring to get him off the corner. Now that right there, that little adjustment right there is a driver feel deal. I like the way that feels. That right rear down a little bit, that right rear rebound up a little bit. It feels comfortable to me. Now, it may not feel that good to Ray. Some drivers not real fond of the way that feels. I'm actually, when he gets onto the throttle and starts coming off and that weight transfers to that right rear, I'm adjusting how far that weight comes back. With a little bit less shock, that weight's gonna come back just a hair more, gonna squat that right rear just a hair more. So you're adjusting how that right rear reacts.
It feels. I don't even know how it feels right now.
Well, if he's having trouble telling me what it's doing wrong, then
Well, I mean, it feels pretty balanced, but I thought that made it tighter on entry. Now,
oh, it would. Yeah, that did. It probably did.
the exit though, the snap is not there anymore, so that's good.
Okay, so we fixed that exit. All right, drop that right rear rebound. Leave that right rear bump where it was. Drop that right rear rebound to a 5.
From 32 to 5.
Yep, bring it to a 5. Right there. All right, try that. Yeah, that's a pretty big change, but I'm going by what he's telling me. So when he told me that going from a 0 to a 32 actually tightened him up a little more than he wanted, I'm going to take him back down now and just above where he was when he started a while ago. So now I'm going to make that change to try to get him a little closer, a little quicker to where he was with that 25 right rear bump instead of the 32 right rear bump. All right, first chance you get, let me know what it does to your entry.
All right. Not bad.
Okay. Now, your snap loose that you said you had a while ago, that's still gone?
Hold on. Oh, picked up speed. It definitely, it was an improvement. I feel like it kind of slides up the track. I'm losing grip on exit now.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to care about that because of what my driver's telling me. I'm not going to adjust because of the way the track might be. I'm just going to adjust to the way he's telling me it feels. I don't care what the track's doing. So I don't want him to have to change how he knows what he's doing. He knows how to drive the racetrack. So I'm not even caring what he does his drive. I'm not asking him how he's doing his throttle or where he's turning his wheel. I don't care. He knows that's his job. He knows that. My job is to hear how he tells me what the car reacts to, which is what you need to do when you're setting up your own cars, is separate yourself. When you're driving the race car, think about, okay, this is what I would tell a crew chief how the car's reacting. Now think about, okay, this is what I would do to change that reaction. Don't change how, because start thinking, well, I need to drive it different. Drive it the same way you like driving it. Make the changes to adjust to that.
It's floating up the track on exit now, kind of just all 4 tires.
Okay. All right. Well, that shock change, you're not liking that shock change then. So bring me back to 32 on the right rear. No, down. You can go down all the way with that one. Bring me back to a 0.
Oh, okay. And then this at 32.
There you go. And 32 on the bump. Because you didn't like, some drivers won't like that shock change, and that's fine. You're losing rear grip, correct?
Yep. Yeah, but I feel like it's because it's not rotating enough on entry and through the center, so then it just snaps.
All right. We ain't got but just a few minutes, so I'm not going to make a major deal here. I'll tell you what I want you to do. Casters. Go back down. Go back down. Your front toe in, your left front toe in,
Yeah.
-2.
Okay.
Right front at a 0. left front caster at a 5.5, right front caster 6. All right, try that, and we'll see if that's at least raceable for these guys if you're close with it.
Okay.
So now you kind of see when it comes to setting up the guys for pro races, or even worse, like Ray here, setting him up for a DWC race, as competitive and as close as these guys are. I'll spend the better part of a week getting ready for the race at the end of the week with those guys going, okay, now tell me exactly what it's doing each part of the racetrack, tweaking this, tweaking that, getting that car just to where it's as good as it can possibly be for them, to where if somebody beats them, well, you know, it's just sometimes guys are better at certain tracks. There's nothing to do about it. All right, how's it feel?
That feels pretty good. It's.
All right. Sounds.
I still wish I could get back on the gas a little sooner,
Right.
like in 3 or 4.
Right.
But I also think that's just probably my driving.
Yeah, you're not on your rig too. Okay, well save that, and we'll let the guys feel. Now you heard exactly what he said that thing feels like. Now y'all be able to drive that exact same setup, and keep it. Do what you want with it. It's all yours. Huh? Me too.
What's up?
Drive the same setup a second and a half slower. Yeah, well, I will too.
See a big splat on the rear wall.
Yeah. Just save that thing, man. Good
All right,
job, brother.
saved.
Good job.
I mean, has this been good?
Yeah.
Yeah.